On the morning of the 13th of April, 2013, a prisoner walked into his prison cell, and 45 minutes later, he broke out the most dangerous secret in prison through blast and gun, and then disappear in a gateway car without anyone noticing. With over 30 armed robberies, kidnappings, he was also a French writer, serial jailbreaker, a man who insulted the world's most secure prison in 9 minutes. And what he did next shocked the entire nation. Faid was born in 1972 in Créteil, a poor suburb of Paris. Faid's childhood was shaped by struggle. Algerian immigrant parents, a cramped apartment, and constant racial discrimination left him feeling excluded. When he was just 6 years old, he stole an first item from the mall, not out of need, but as a taste of control and freedom. He is the elder child of his family and has 8 brothers and 3 sisters. Faid's father was a worker in a chemical factory. In 1988, his father deserted his family and went back to Algeria to start a new life. Faid's mother died of leukemia in 1991. At 19, he joined forces with his brothers to commit crimes. And this was the beginning of his crime journey, but no one knew this skinny man from Créteil would soon become the man who could outsmart police, escape prisons twice, and turn real life into a Hollywood blockbuster. Faid's crimes escalated fast. He was very impressed by Hollywood films and emulated scenes from Heat, Reservoir Dogs, and Point Break, blending style with ruthless efficiency. Banks, armored trucks, and kidnappings became his canvas. Law enforcement chased him across France and Europe, but Faid stayed one step ahead, often slipping away using disguises, forged documents, and audacious tactics that seemed impossible to pull off. But Faid was about to commit a crime so audacious, so unbelievable, that no one in France or the world would believe it could actually happen. It was July 1st, 2018, inside Réau Prison. Rédoine Faïd was sitting in the visiting room, calmly talking with his brother as if it was just another normal day. But outside, the sky suddenly darkened. A black helicopter began lowering over the courtyard. No markings, no warning, just a fast, precise descent that looked like a shot straight out of Heat. The pilot had been kidnapped. 2 masked men stood inside holding rifles, and the second they dropped down, smoke grenades exploded across the yard, filling the entire prison with a thick gray fog. Guards coughed, stumbled, and panicked, unable to see even 10 feet ahead. Then the real operation began. The attackers rushed toward the building, sparks flying as angle grinders tore through steel doors like they were cutting warm butter. Inside, alarms screamed through every hallway. Officers shouted orders, but no one could hear anything in the chaos. In the visiting room, Faid's brother gently stood up, smiled, and whispered, "Let's go." Seconds later, the metal door burst open. Faid sprinted out, calm, sharp, and fully in control. From every cell, prisoners slammed their doors and shouted his name, cheering like a stadium crowd. He pushed through the smoke-filled yard, climbed into the helicopter, and within 9 minutes, France's most secure prison had been humiliated. The helicopter shot upward, disappearing into the sky, and leaving behind nothing but alarms, confusion, and stunned guards trying to understand what had just happened.
Gangster who broke out of jail by hijacking a helicopter.
A notorious gangster is on the run again.
Criminal who is a big movie fan. He has broken out of prison twice
and
now.
You can just about make out the helicopter flying off into the distance.
Multiple armed men who hijacked a helicopter
which picked up Rédoine Faïd from within the prison ground.
Across France, thousands of people stared at their TV screens that morning and thought, "No, this can't be real." But it was. And it was only the beginning. Manhunt and consequences. A 3-month nationwide manhunt ensued. Faid was eventually found disguised in a burqa, hiding in his hometown. Courtrooms were fortified, streets sealed, and no-fly zones enforced. His crimes had claimed lives, and his audacity had shaken France. In 2020, Faid was sentenced to 39 years in prison, ensuring he would likely spend the rest of his life behind bars. He remains under extreme solitary confinement, constantly monitored, and subjected to security measures that most of us can't imagine. Rédoine Faïd's story is one of contradictions. A criminal mastermind, a media sensation, and a man obsessed with Hollywood style. He transformed crime into theater, daring authorities to catch him, and often succeeding. Some wonder, for Faid, was it life or was it a movie? Either way, it was a script no one will ever forget. If you love jaw-dropping true crime stories, hit subscribe, like, and share, because the next unbelievable story is coming soon.